Hello, everybody. We are freaking back in the infected, and I couldn't be freaking happier. And like sad at the same time, honestly, because if you guys did not know, it was just posted a few hours ago in the official Discord for the infected from the developer himself that the new version 5 update will be happening on Monday. Now, with that being said, the developer has also stated that everything we have in our world right now is going to go bye-bye because guess what? We have to do a fresh start for the game because the update is just so freaking massive and BA, not gonna lie. So what I wanted to kind of do is give you guys an overall tour of like what we had in the base because it's gonna be no more pretty soon. What we were doing, what we were planning on doing, and what we wanted to get accomplished. But version 5 update is gonna be here soon. With that being said, we're gonna have to start all over again, and it's gonna be amazing. Look at that nice little bird is flying away. Anyway, it is getting dark, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and run upstairs and take a little nappy poo. How do I do this? There we go. And we'll go ahead and sleep all the way through until the morning just so everybody can kind of see. Sweet, it does not wake us up when we are full energy. I don't think I've ever slept to full energy before. That should be good, right? Yeah. Alright, so it's bright and early in the morning. If you guys didn't see, we did some, to start off, we did some, stupid frickin' fog. We did some, come on, man, horrible jump skills. I ain't got no hops, guys, no hops. Let's jump up here on these solar panels. I'll never get, holy crap. Oh, man, I am freaking messing up today. Nobody watched that section of the video. Alright, and we're good. We started over here, and we completely logged this whole freaking fog. Go away. We logged this whole freaking portion of trees because the next episode was going to be a huge building episode because we are overheating. And, oh my god. Let's take these pants off. I don't need them on. And we're on top of this, which is freaking really hot. But anyway, we're going to do a big freaking building episode, and we are going to go ahead and finish up our base. But sad to say, like I said, we're not going to have this base anymore. We're going to start back from scratch. So that was what we were working on, is the cutting down all the logs, and we were storing them over here in our giant freaking log pin. But let's kind of go back to where we started off, moving everything. All this has really stayed the same. Vince's never got to put those back in. We got these logs. We had these weapons racks right here. Everybody should already know that. Let's go inside where it's safe. Firewood, stick, you know, all the basic stuff that we had in here. Nothing's really changed. Okay, we should be good. We don't have that oil extractor yet. Everybody remembers the good old freaking, what's it called right here? The battery storage room. First batteries we ever made all at once. It was so nice. We had our upstairs. It was gonna be, let's just say, pretty BA. We were gonna have a freaking big old flat screen right here, like a good old 90-inch. We're gonna have a surround sound. We're gonna have this little makeshift bed. That was gonna be the only sad thing there. We're gonna go ahead and finish this up. We weren't probably gonna make it any bigger. We were probably just gonna pretty much store all the stuff that was out here, like workbenches and stuff like that, in here, kind of sort of nice. Have little chests, have little tables, maybe do some light fixtures, you know what I'm saying. And then we were going to start working on the second floor, and right here what I had planned was like have a little awning so it'd be kind of nice to like kind of walk under. For the farm, nothing has changed from the last episode. Still got this. Okay, I lied. We made 2 pots because it's a lot easier to boil water in here instead of having to run outside. For our food situation, wrong button. Whoops, you guys can't see freaking anything. Let's go ahead and scoot over. We were freaking stocked up for winter. We had all these freaking meat stews. We had one whole row of the, what's it called, the vegetable salad, I think it was, and then the fruit salad. Well, there it is, veggie salad, and I can't, veggie, fruit, veggie, fruit, veggie, fruit, veggie, fruit. Whew. We had all that stuff stored up, and over here, that was like just for winter. And then over here we had a little bit of stuff that we've been eating. We had some fruit salad, some veggie salad, you know, and we need to go ahead and eat this before we die. Thank you. Thank you. That should be good. If anything, we'll just pick these crops if we start getting low, because we're not going to need them no more. But yeah, that's pretty much it that we had. Like I said, we went over here and freaking logged this whole area because we were going to need a lot of logs, and we had a lot more to pick up. But we're going to go ahead and talk about what was said from the developer himself. We're going to go ahead and pick up these logs just because we don't want the game to end with a messy homestead, right? Like, we want this place to be all cleaned up. and everything before we go ahead and end it. So let's go ahead and pick up some of these logs, and we will talk about what is coming in version 5.0. Let's go ahead and grab this log cart real quick just so it's a little bit faster. I don't know why we're trying to speed it up because it doesn't really matter, but we're still going to clean up the area. I like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over what was posted on Discord version 5.0 update progress status. Now, as we go through the everything that was said by the developer, I may stop on some sections and talk about it, like my feelings about it, my questions about it, and we're just going to get right into it. So here it goes. Hi everyone. I just wanted to give an update on the status of the upcoming version 5.0 update. It should be ready for release early next week and is currently in a test phase. Below is a list of new content, changes, and item/feature balancing. Have a wonderful day. Okay, so the first section is the new map. I'll go ahead and have like some of the certain pictures up while I go through this, just so you guys can kind of look at it while we're going over it. Okay. So although the map has the same look in terms of graphics and textures, there are some notable changes. One, a completely new layout, and I have to say, let's go ahead and look at this layout. Like, this thing is awesome. It looks kind of bigger than the old map, but let's keep going into it. Okay, so the ground textures now have coded logic to identify what ores can be extracted in certain locations. Players will likely want to build small outpost bases where their mineral extractors are placed. So if you look right here in the upper left hand corner, you have AL for aluminum, CU for copper, CO for cobalt. So cobalt's going to be that new item that's getting brought into the game. So right below that it says place mineral extractors in these zones to extract ore. So it looks like the map is kind of broke up into 3 sections. Like you have this left one where you see this little player icon, and then you have the right one, and then you have the bottom kind of center slash left. Now right directly in the middle, if you look, you see what I'm assuming is going to be the swamp. So that's kind of cool that it's like central, so no matter what part of the base you spawn in on, or like you decide to camp on, like you're going to be able, or you build base, you're going to be able to get to that freaking that swamp relatively easily. Now you do also see the village icon right in the bottom ish left corner. You see the village icon on the map, or the symbol for on the map. So there's one village per little section, how it's broken up of the actual the map, right? But we'll get into that a little bit later. Alright, so no more aluminum node. Aluminum is now extracted with a mineral extractor. Number 4, stone boulders no longer drop any ores, only stone. All ores are now extracted via the mineral extractor. Number 5, new cliff meshes added. So what the developer's talking about when he says meshes is just pretty much how the cliffs look. So anything about meshes is how it looks. All right, so the cliffs are going to look different. So, or he's added new cliffs, so that's kind of cool. Number 6, new bald cypress trees added to the swamp. Okay, so it's not just the regular trees in the swamp, which kind of makes sense. There are different types of trees in different like biomes, like I guess you would say parts of the world. That makes a lot of sense. That's got to be kind of cool. Number 7, addition of small villages. They replaced the military camps. There are now 3 villages on the map, and each contain 3 to 4 tech blueprints. I have also added some loot items randomly spawned in the buildings. Okay, so if we go ahead, let's go back to those little villages, right? So there's going to be 3 of them. And as we just talked about, there's going to be 3 to 4 tech blueprints per village. So I'm assuming one of them is going to have 4, because later on we're going to talk about all the different techs that are now in the game, right? And there are a total of 10 of them. So 3, 6, 9 plus the 1, the 4th one is going to equal that 10th one. Okay, so that's kind of cool that he brought up that he has also added some loot items randomly spawned in the buildings. Now what I want to know is, do those items, like once we pick them up, do those items spawn back in like later? So say if we reload, it's probably not if we reload, but say over a certain amount of time those items spawn back in. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Moving on. Alright, so now we're just going to go through a couple of pictures that the developer posted. So we have what I see, this first picture is a big, nice, fancy house and a fence. Right now, this house, I don't know if it's like a sneak peek or this is part of like the villages or what, because There was nothing about like the shutters or the actual nice roof or anything like that in the old update. There's different like textures to the like the levels of floors. Good lord, the words are hard. So I don't know if it. I read the patch notes a few times, and I didn't know, or I didn't see anything about him talking about the different building mechanics or different building features in the game. Another big thing I see about this picture right here is the fence. He also did not talk about anything about a barbed wire fence. So again, I don't know if this is just sneak previews or if he is going to replace the fence with the upcoming update or not. But that would actually be kind of cool to have the barbed wire fence. Maybe it would be like a cheaper fence, like the wood one would be cheaper, and then you have this barbed wire. It might last a little bit longer. It might do a little bit more damage to the enemy instead of just letting the freaking Bambi sit there and attack the wall until it's destroyed. Let's go ahead and move on to the next picture. Again, we see big stuff, big nice buildings. It looks kind of furnished. Like if you see that one right there on the right, it has the satellite dish, right? So I don't know if these are going to be like the villages that we have to go in and explore. That would be kind of cool. But I don't think that we're going to be able to build like big houses like this. And if so, it's going to be super complicated to get everything to line up perfectly so you can be able to actually do that. Again, we see those fences down there in the bottom leftish corner. Don't know. Again, none of this was said in the patch notes, so we'll just have to see when the update releases. So here we have, I don't know if this is going to be the village or what, because these all just might be sneak peeks to upcoming stuff that the dev has been working on, right? So we see those two silos, we see like a barn off in the distance, and maybe possibly a barn right by those silos. It would make sense. But this just brings more questions to me, honestly. Now we have this swamp. So if you look right here, kind of in the middle of the screen, you see that new cypress tree. If you did not know what a cypress tree looks like, there you go, and now you know. They look pretty nice. They look pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, good detail. The swamp doesn't just look like the same old trees that are all throughout the world, or the 3 or 4 different types of trees that were in the old version or the current version. We are going to go into the cliff, the meshes, the new cliffs. All right, so this is what it looks like. I believe this is like the river, like the main river that breaks up the different sections of the map. So it's going to be super hard to get out of that if you fall into it. I don't know if there's going to be like lower sections or there's only like one place to get in and out. Again, the cliffs, they look freaking awesome. It looks like there's a lot of detail put into it. I like what I see so far. Alright, so now we have like a sneak peek, or it's got to be the villagers that we have to go raid, right? Inside he's showing off like the curtains and the freaking plumbing and the couches, the table over there on the left hand side, the plants. That would make stuff really like homey if we could do that. But for like where this game is at right now, and what he's said in the patch notes, I don't think any of this is going to be coming in the game. But it might be, again, at those freaking villages we have to raid. But that would be pretty cool if it was. Let's just say that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the mineral extractor. Below is a list of changes and additions to the extractor. Number 1, can acquire aluminum, copper, and cobalt, or cobalt, whatever you want to say, or only from mineral extractors in specific locations identified on the map. So if you guys remember the different aluminum, different sections of the map, that's where you have to place one of these mineral extractors. Number 2, crafting recipes changed to no longer include copper or aluminum. Alright, so a lot of the freaking crafting recipes are going to be changed. That's good, that's good. Can now run on biofuel also. Early game, you will need the mineral extractor before you have an oil extractor. Okay, so we're going to have to work like little by little to get up to that section, right? So number 4, in none or extraction zones, it will extract only coal and iron fragments. Okay, so iron's still in the game, right? It's not taken out completely, but we just have to get it in a section where there is no, or where it's not identified in those 3 different biomes, right? So that's going to be interesting. Number 5, now has a toggle button to extract only stone. So does that mean, oh, I think we can get only stone in any section we want to, but we just had to click that toggle button. That's kind of cool. Pretty much the extractor looks the same. The chest kind of looks the same, but later on we will see a different chest. I don't know if this is going to be the same one in the update or it's going to be the new one, but we'll see. Okay, so moving right along, we have new items and placeables. So we have biofuel, can be crafted on the workbench using perished food. Useful to power up the mineral extractor early game. We have Cobalt Ore. Cobalt can be extracted in specific map locations identified on the map. It can be converted into cobalt ingots. Cobalt ingots smelted from cobalt ore on the forge. Holy cobalts. It is used in various crafting recipes. Cobalt shelf, again with the cobalt, stores cobalt ingots. Alright, so like the aluminum shelves and the copper and the iron. So we're just getting another shelf. Alright, so if we go ahead and look at this picture here, on the left we have I'm guessing that's biofuel. In the middle we have the cobalt ingot, and on the right we have the cobalt ore. Very, very interesting. Let's just say that. Food prep tables. Foods such as the stew mix can be crafted here. So it looks like the regular table that was implemented into the game, but we got some seeds on it and we have like a little notepad. So I think if we want to do anything with like canned food or stew mix or meat stew or any of that stuff like that, then we're going to have this workbench, which is not bad. Chest rack. This rack will allow players to stack storage containers. This looks freaking amazing. Now I know that people were I know they were. I don't know if they are anymore. That you could lay foundations down and kind of have like a ghost image, or do the foundation, like build it, and then you would be able to stack chests that way. But it was kind of a big hassle. I never tried it, but I did watch a few videos on it just to see what everybody was talking about. But that looks freaking amazing, honestly. Like that looks really slick. Not gonna lie. Finally, wind turbine, costly and produces only half the power. Holy crap! Power of solar panels, but will generate day and night at a steady pace. It's going to be probably pretty expensive to craft, but will be worth it in the long run, just so you can get that power at night as well as during the day. Okay, so changes to the bed. I have added the ability to add a spawn toggle to beds. In the event that you have more than one, you can now identify the bed you wish to spawn at if you die. Okay, so like we're gonna be able to set up multiple little outposts right at these different locations, which is probably gonna be the smartest thing to do. So we will just have to adapt and overcome with that. But you're gonna have to sleep when you're in these locations, so you're gonna have to have multiple beds. It makes sense that you'll be able to toggle which bed that if you die that you spawn at. Makes a lot of sense. I like it. I like it. I like it. Alright, so now we're going to get into changes and balancing. Alright, so change. Small stones smelted on forge now only give iron fragments. This is the primary way to forge iron ingots. All other ore are now extracted via the mineral extractor. Okay, so that is the only way we're going to get iron, is through smelting stones. That's kind of the main way that we did it anyway in our season, or in our playthrough. But we did collect some ore, not gonna lie, from the stones, but not a lot because we weren't out there getting stones that much. Only when we needed, and most of the stones that we did get, we just picked up that spawned in, right? Okay, so another change: reduced height of foliage in player start/spawn locations so that no foliage clips through foundations. It's kind of nice. Can now alt-right mouse click items out of storage chests into player inventories. Thank you, God. That is going to make our life so much freaking easier. I know it took 3 seconds to put stuff in a chest, but if you put, say, 15 items too many, I don't know why it would be 15, but say if you put too many items in, or you want to take a bunch of items out, it took a hot minute to drag in, drop in, drag in, drop in, drag in, drop. Can now alt-right mouse click items out of the mineral extractor. So same thing, it's just we can right click into a box now, or into something, and now we can right click out after you hit or hold down that alt key, so that's really nice. Bambies no longer drop Kevlar. Kevlar is now a craftable item. 3 cloth, 3 plastic, 10 plant fiber. Okay, so that's going to be kind of expensive. So, that's gonna be rough. So it's going to take us a minute to get our armor and stuff now, once we do have the loom. Tech blueprints now automatically get read and the tech is learned. No more needing to place the book in a tech slot. Okay, that's kind of nice. Alright, so now we are going to go over the different types of blueprints that are now in the game. So we have fridge, solar panel, solar battery, loom, lamp, stove, oil extractor, chemistry table, advanced workbench, and the wind turbine. Okay, so the only new one is the wind turbine. So yeah, that's why it makes sense that one of the locations is going to have 4 blueprints instead of just 3. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the food. There's been a complete rebalancing of all food stats. Now, the main reason that he decided to do this, in my opinion, is the only real reason to cook food, or cook the meat stew, or cook the the fruit salad, was to raise your health to max and to raise your stamina to max. After that, it really was not worth it to make the food. And as everybody knows, if you watch my channel, we were in the process of getting all of those 2 different stats maxed. But with the new update, we're gonna have to start all back over. But it's not a big deal. But honestly, The only real reason that you would cook food after you max those stats was to save space in the fridge. That is the only reason. It was not worth it to craft it. You would get so much more stat boost if you just ate it individually than you would if you cooked it. But now with this new system, it is going, or what it looks like to me is that it is going to be actually worth it to cook. So that is super, super nice. Change the storage container mesh. Alright, so that's, again, just talking about how the storage container looks. Honestly, like, this looks a lot better. On the left-hand side, we have it like what it looks like on the outside. On the right side, we have what it looks like on the inside. It looks a lot cleaner, looks a lot more crisp, and like I said, this game is going in a great direction from my opinion. Like, it is only getting better with every update that comes in. Fridge now reads on/off instead of power on/off. So honestly, it was a little bit confusing to know if it said power on, if it was on, or power off, or if it was off. So you kind of had to, if you watched a few videos, you could kind of understand it, or if you played with it a little bit, you would understand it. But it could be confusing, especially in a rush, or if you're running out of power or something like that. Solar panel max output raised from 25 to 40. That's freaking awesome. So now we raised our solar panels. There's glass panes added to windows. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Windows now require glass to build. Recipes changed. So these are all going back into changes. So circular saw recipe now requires 2 cobalt iron ingot. 2 cobalt ingots. Good lord. Oil extractor is now 8 cobalt ingots. Solar panels 4 cobalt ingots. Control panel 2 cobalt ingots. Electrical parts 1 cobalt ingot. So it's pretty much just got all changed from, if I remember correctly, like, actually I don't know. So most of these are iron, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. So the field of view changed from 80 degrees to 100 degrees. So we should be able to see just a little bit more, like, saw it from the left side to the right side. That's gonna be kind of cool. Adjusted weapons placement because of field of view change. Okay, so they probably just slided it out to the right more, or to the left more. But we'll have to see when we get in there to know exactly. There's no pictures on that. And now we are getting into the bug fixes, the stuff that I don't like reading about, because once I read about it, I want to use it, but we try not to. Honestly, with this whole series, we haven't used any bugs that we've known of. Yeah, we haven't used any of them. So, crafting leg armor would auto-equip in the pants slot, and pants would auto-equip in the leg armor slot. Okay, that one was not our fault. Like, that just happened. Like, we couldn't control that, so that doesn't count. So, when loading a game with a large flask of dirty water in a chest, the water would turn to clean. I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe it did it, maybe it didn't. I have no idea. When food was cooking, stones were melting. If you would drag those items in your inventory and wait for the completion of the cook or smelt without releasing the drag, you would end up with a cooked/smelted item and able to, what's it called, drop the item in your inventory. This would result in duplicated items. Shooting arrow rotation adjusted. Arrows would land and hit their target slightly to the right of where players would aim. If you press E to pick up a log and immediately click harvest after the log goes into your hand and the firewood and sticks hit the floor, the same thing happens with watermelons, but that's all I tested so far. Pressing escape if the map was open would not close the map. Oh my god, guys, that was a freaking lot. A lot. Like, I give the developer, like, big props for this one, because he has put in so much effort into this update. And again, it's a major update, so there's going to be a lot of stuff. But some developers, they change like a few, like 2 or 3 things, and they call it a major update, make you restart the world, and it's whatever. I mean, this one, from what I understand, this is the first time the infected community is going to have to restart their game completely. So big props on the developer for that, for not having to restart every freaking update. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, that go ahead and wraps up everything for what was posted on Discord. Okay, well, I am sad to say it, everyone. That is going to go ahead and wrap it up for Season 1 of The Infected. It has been a amazing journey so far in the few episodes we've posted. I think we've done, what, like 11 or 12, maybe 13? I'll make sure to post it on the title of this video so everybody's tracking. Um, But yeah, overall, this is a great game so far. I am super sad and disappointed in myself, really, to have waited this long to start playing this game. Like, I've been following this game ever since it pretty much came out back in August, I believe it was. And I thought to myself, there's not really a lot to do, so I'll just wait. And I should have started a long time ago. We would have made it so much farther with the base. We went ahead and finished up these walls. Just kind of, killed some time while we're talking about the update, right? But I like the way everything turned out. Like, we didn't get to upgrading or anything crazy like that. But I did enjoy oh my god, I did enjoy everything that this game had to offer, and I cannot wait until Season 5 releases on Monday. Um, we are going to go ahead and post a poop ton, and I mean poop ton of videos getting back to where we were, you know what I'm saying? I might do a lot of the grinding off camera to kind of speed things up, but honestly, there's so many different new things in that's going to be coming out in this next update, or yeah, this next update. Holy Lord, English is hard. But there's going to be so many new things that we're probably not going to be able to cut a lot of it out because everything's just so new. Like, it's going to be a learning experience for me for sure, and for everybody else playing this game. Yeah, we have the patch notes and stuff, but that doesn't actually like get you in the grind. It doesn't get you in the game, and it does not get the Vambies up attacking your base. You know what I'm saying? But overall, again, great game, great update. Thank you, developer, for everything that you've done and that you are doing for this game to push it forward. Just make sure you definitely keep up the hard work. Alright, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. If you enjoyed the content and gameplay, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any future videos to come. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will catch you in the next video. Take it easy.